Hello, my friends. Welcome to another installment in this work talk series where we're going to be really diving into how you, as a creative, intuitive person, can really be fulfilled in the work that you do. So, last time on our first little class discussion series, we talked about inner truth and how important it is to understand your inner truth, to be connected to it. And we got a glimpse of how adding that inner truth to our outer life could really change things, could really spice up everything. Imagine living in your own world, right? Like a world that's totally matched to you. It kind of feels like you're living in your own inner bubble, your little bubble. It's like your world, everything's great. Your inner truth is being represented on the outside of you. And what does that mean? That means like no more being upset about who you're attracting. No more being upset about not being treated right and fairly. It means being acknowledged. It means being comfortable and happy. It means being excited about your day. Because if you are in communion with your inner truth and then you put that on the outside of you, there's nothing really to complain about, right? Things will always come up in life to challenge us, but you can kind of start to see that image of, if I play in my own world, that's really where life gets amazing. Like that's where this instant manifestation stuff comes in. That's where you wake up with a smile on your face and you have resilience to make it through the challenges because it's not an everyday barrage of stuff just flying at you. So today we're really going to talk about how to make that a reality, because really when we know our inner truth and we know what to express, the next step in making the outer world a reflection of that is to express it. So we're going to be focusing on expression today, and I'll tell you a little bit more about that in a second. But I just want to let you know that if you're having trouble with any of the sound or the video, just press refresh on your browser and it should be fine. Feel free to share this event with the links on the left. You can just press the button, and I think some make you type something, some don't. So feel free to experiment with that. And let me know you're here. I mean, I can see some of you on the right. Hi, Mary, Susanna, Basil, Sherry, Ben, Misty, Karen. Hi, Rachel. But I want to know, what do you want to get out of today? What is your biggest block when it comes to expression? This is a discussion series. I want to talk to you. I know I emailed you earlier in the week and asked you about your favorite form of expression, and I really enjoyed reading all of your emails. I feel like we're the same person, maybe just with a different perspective on things. And I want to talk a little bit about the common pitfalls that we can find ourselves in. So yes, hi, yes, say hi. I love that. I love that this is so interactive. This is really what lights me up, if you can't tell. I'm actually not even feeling that well today, so just being here with you guys is brightening up my day. So expression. Oh my goodness. If we think back to when we were kids, it was a natural thing to express, right? We expressed all the time. If we fell down and hit our knee, we would burst into tears. If our friends didn't want to play with us, we would get upset or mad, and we'd cause all these big fights, and everything was big when we were kids. And that's kind of how we're built. It's like, if you've ever heard of the reason why a duck flaps its wings or a goose flaps its wings after it gets into a little altercation, it's to release all that energy. So expression is just a natural part of us. We are always channeling our bigger multidimensional selves into this body. And if we don't let the stuff out, we get really stuck and we hold things, we develop diseases, and we kind of put this mask over our heads, and we develop these filters about why we can't express ourselves, or why we can't be ourselves, or why the world isn't more hospitable to people like us. So just go back to when we were kids. We didn't have those filters. We just let it all out. And we did often develop wounds from that, scars. We all have them, and they affect the rest of our lives in really, sometimes really different ways, sometimes really predictable ways. Like, for instance, I'm an artist. It's in my soul. It's always there. I'm always making something or drawing something. And but my art doesn't look like the typical art that most people would think of. Mine isn't ever going to be given an award for realism. That's just not what I do. But growing up, we're not really taught about inclusion and focusing on your unique abilities. Normally, we just go to art class, and that's where we learn about art, and we're all given an assignment, and we all have to do it the same way, and we're all graded. And I think a lot of you artists out there, you have this opinion about yourself that you're not an artist. Like, I call you non-artist artists, because even though it's within you, even though it's a natural part of you, or thinking of songs in your head, or writing poems, in the car, you wouldn't call yourself an artist, because that means something. Like, that goes against the filter that you created. And the reason I'm telling you this big, long story is because it can stop us as adults from really living out our potential and from putting our biggest inner truths out into the world. I grew up really thinking that I needed to be more than just an artist, right? Like, I couldn't just be an artist, because then, I wouldn't be seen as smart. I wouldn't be seen as capable. I wouldn't be seen as all the other things that I am, because I am all those other things, and so are you. We are a really cool group of people here. We're all like high achievers. We're all really smart. We're all really creative here. And I think that in itself has kind of made it so we want to put off the best impression for others. We're kind of afraid of what other people will say about us, and we find it harder to be ourselves because we get that approval for being smart, for being quick, and we're almost afraid to lose that by being ourselves. And yes, I spoke about this a little bit on the last class, but I wanted to mention it again, because that fear of losing approval, that's like the biggest core need of a human. The biggest core need of a human is really to be accepted, right? To feel love, to be included. And the fear of losing that is what stops a lot of us from really moving forward with our own inner truth and expressing that fully into the world. But there are things that happen that are very detrimental to us when we don't express ourselves. We basically, beyond just getting diseases, beyond just going stagnant, beyond just being unhappy, we're not letting that energy that's coming through us out. And we could channel the best information. We could be the best service provider in the world. We could be the best healer, the best massage therapist, the best psychic. But if we can't express that into the world, nothing is really going to happen. Your abundance, your feeling of freedom, your feeling of fulfillment is going to be blocked. You can think of it as the simple thing as the more you express, the more you can receive. The more, just like last week, you can only get what you give. Well, it's the same thing this week, right? The amount you express is the amount you can receive. And not everyone is going to be expressive and, like talking in front of thousands of people in stadiums. Not everyone's going to be expressive by, having a show at a gallery. Everybody's going to have their own unique form of expression. But if you're true to that, those inner urges that are inside you that are telling you to do all these things that may seem kind of scary, if you follow through with that, that's what's going to allow you to really receive what you're looking for and what you know is possible for yourself. So that was just like a lot of information, and I understand that. So I'm just going to look at the comments a bit. Hi, Ben. Ben has to leave a little bit early, but his biggest block is getting out of his head and creating more. Yeah, so Ben, I would go back to this thing that we're talking about here in this approval. What are you afraid of? What are you thinking you're going to lose by expressing yourself? That's a really good place to start. Today we're going to be doing a drawing about this, and the drawing is going to be about what we need to heal in order to express more. There are some other symptoms of being unexpressed, which are, you stop putting on your favorite clothing. And it doesn't matter what story you tell yourself about this, whether you've gained weight or whether you don't like your clothes anymore. When you stop expressing yourself physically, that's a sign. When you stop singing in the car or singing to yourself, that's a sign. When you stop wanting to create art, like Ben, that's a sign. It's a sign that there's something going on in your heart. There's something going on in here that's not, it's saying it's too dangerous to go there. And a lot of times it's that we don't want to face what needs to change in our life. Maybe it's you have to break up with a partner. Maybe you need a different job. Maybe you have to, now is your time to really step into your power and make the outside of your life more like the inside. That's all really scary to your mind. And that alone, not even being conscious of that, can really stop you and shut you down. But of course, when we go into shutdown mode, we're not very happy. So Ben, I know a little bit about you, and I know that you are very disapproving of yourself. So I think that's probably going to show up for you in other people at times. So I would just definitely go there, go into your heart and ask your heart to really help you out with this. And the drawing today is really going to help you out too. Okay, so why is abundance important? That was going to be my question. Why is abundance important? We'll go there because my higher self never steers me in the wrong direction. So who here would like more abundance? Who wants more for themselves? And tell me what kind of abundance you really want. This is really about work and fulfillment, but why are we working, right? We're working to earn money. We're working to pay for things we want. We're working because we want to use our skills. That's all in abundance. Abundance is everything. So let me know, like, why do I work? What kind of abundance do I want? I want to never have to look at the price tag at the grocery store. I want to buy whatever I am feeling at the time. I want to buy cases of organic fruit. I want to be able to juice every day organic fruit and vegetables and not worry that it costs so much. I want to drive the kind of car I want. I want to go to Hawaii, and a new goal for me is I want to fly first class because I think that would be super fun. So I'm working to express myself. I'm working to be in my talents. I'm working to also be compensated for that with money and not having to worry about being limited with that resource. So let me know why you're working. Why even bother? What is it for? And what are you going to do with the money if you had more? Yeah, Mary, more financial freedom. Exactly. We want more financial freedom. So I'm going to tell you how to get it, right? And it has so much to do with expression. So one of the biggest things I've seen is that when people add more of their true expression into the world, they make more money. Um, and I'll give you examples that aren't even me. Like my friend Julie, who's now a coaching client, she wanted to hire me as her business coach so she could start her business. She didn't have the money. She'd been in my boot camp though, and hadn't really come up with a way to, start her business fully yet. But she did have some skills and talents. She had been previously afraid to share them. Okay, so maybe some of you have like hidden skills and talents that you've been afraid to share with the world, but she decided to take the leap and to offer her intuitive drawings to the world in exchange for helping her fundraising campaign, right? So people basically bought her readings. I think between 40 and 100, depending on the reading, or 40 and 60, something like that. And they were contributing to her fundraising campaign by buying her drawings. And she was so nervous about it. Imagine going into something like that, trying to raise 2,000 euros and kind of coming out of the closet too, that you're an intuitive artist. Well, it went so well. She made more than she needed. And over 50 people donated to her campaign. So not all bought a reading, but a lot of them did. And this was within a month. So when she added more of her true expression to the world, she offered something that was based on that. She actually made it happen and made over 200 euros more than her goal in a month. That is pretty cool. I know it's just, I see it every time. I know I mentioned last time that when I looked back on my year, after looking at all my monthly income, whenever I added art into that month, I made more money. It's just a matter of making your expression true to your inner truth. Another example is this woman named Lorraine. She's been having her own healing practice for a long time in Canada. And she added intuitive art to her repertoire. And she went to an expo and she did 20 readings in 2 days. I mean, it's just like when you add your real self to your work, think about that. There's more ease. First of all, there's more output of energy. You're not blocking part of you and just offering this part of you. You're offering all of you. And so people have that full, more powerful presence to be magnetized to. So those are just some examples. Yay. Yeah, Jess. Yes, I want exactly what you're describing, Rachel. Organic food, buy whatever my heart wants, live where I want, travel when I want. Yes. And the way to get there is to be more expressive. And I'll tell you why. We hear these words called authenticity, right? Magnetism, differentiation. All of those things come from really expressing yourself. When you are just letting it roll, when you're just being yourself, you provide a level of authenticity to others that is palpable. They can feel it. People become hypnotized by you. They become magnetized by you because you're being so real. You're offering them more of yourself than most people offer. If you really look around, are most people fully expressed? No, they're not. Most people aren't even connected to their inner truth. So for you, you have a leg up. You have ways to contact your inner truth. You have ways of feeling it out. You can draw it if you need to. You can ask your higher self yes or no questions. Now it's really just about getting over the fear of putting that in your outer life. And once you do that, once you take that scary step, because it can be scary, keep at it and just keep growing and keep being expressive in the way that your intuition guides you to do. I'll give you my story now, and it's kind of cool because it can often seem so easy or just so small you can overlook it. When I was a psychic part-time for many years and just making a couple $100 a month, which was great, but I needed more. Obviously, if I wanted real financial freedom, if I wanted to live on this, I needed to make a little bit more than 500 a month. So, hired a business coach, didn't go well, but something in my head really told me to make videos. It seemed like that was the way to go. And so I set up my old dinky camera in my room. I sat on a chair. I mean, it was really kind of interesting how it went. And I gave a video, my first one ever, about the yes or no technique. And it was long and there was two parts to it. And I did some cheesy graphics. Like it was interesting. But I knew, I knew my higher self was telling me that just do it. It's okay. It's going to suck. It's your first one. It's okay. Like you'll get better, but you have to practice. So I put it up on YouTube and I just kept going. And I did get better over the years. But the cool thing was people responded even to the first one. They felt that I was just being myself. They felt that it was just, I had no agenda. It was just my thing. I was just talking. And every single person I meet pretty much credits my videos with, liking me, trusting me. People can tell a lot. Like the other day, somebody told me that they love my authenticity, that I'm not like salesy or schmarmy, or they can tell I'm not like pretending. And I get that all over the place, and I have for years. And it's only because I'm really just expressing myself. I never have a script. I have notes sometimes. You can see my notes. Just a couple words. But I'm much more interested in you, frankly, than I am in my own words. And so I think that's what people are feeling. But that authenticity really resonates with people because it's so rare that people are willing to just be themselves, to put themselves out there, and to just share what they know. You don't have to do videos to get that across. You can do blog posts. You can sing. You can record meditations. You can do art. Whatever your form of expression is really what is going to bring you that authenticity feeling out to the world. So authenticity creates magnetism. Like we said, the more you give, the more you receive. When you are engaged in what you're doing and expressing, you'll get that same vibration back. People will watch you. And because you are unique, you are a beautiful blend of talents and skills and experience. You are differentiated when you're expressing all of the things you've got to offer in one thing. So if you're intuitive, if you're creative, if you want your own business, like all of those things weaving together are going to differentiate you, even amongst the same people who are doing the same thing. I run a certified intuitive artist program, and I did the beta last year just to make sure that, it was worked, people loved it, and people from all over the world joined. And what I really loved about it the most is that after they learned the initial content, how to do it, how to give a reading to somebody, they all pretty much incorporated it in with their own unique experience from the past. So one certified intuitive artist, Dina Hoover, she incorporates unique intuitive essential oil blends with every reading. So she'll do an intuitive art reading for someone, and then together they'll come up with a unique essential oil blend to help integrate that information into them. It's really cool. Claudia Cruz from the Czech Republic, she does art massage. So she'll do a combination of her massage therapy work with people and then get them to draw how their body feels. It's really cool. So you don't ever have to worry about being cookie cutter. And in fact, you shouldn't. Everything that you learn, and I know a lot of you have certifications, it's not about the certification. The certification doesn't make you successful. You make the certification successful. You bring that skill into your own genius, and that's really where you're going to thrive. Um, Hi, Penny. Penny wants more abundance and more financial freedom. Yeah, I think we all do. Wouldn't that be really great? Um, yeah. So I differentiated myself more when I added more of my art. And, it's so energetic, it's so instant that it's amazing. Like when you really add all of your pieces out into the world, you get over the fear of doing it, you will almost be instantly rewarded. Just like I said, month by month, I can track it for myself. You know, Julie never having made money on her own in a month made over 2,000 euros just by offering her readings. It's really cool, and I'm really blessed to witness it in other people besides myself. The ease that comes with being expressed is just amazing. It really is. Give yourself, get get back what you want. So why don't we do a drawing? Yeah? Okay. We all know what we want now. We've been thinking about that. Most of us, we could sum it up in financial freedom, right? Not having to worry about what we want to buy, just going to buy it. And everybody here, we don't have to worry about ruining the world with money. We can handle the wealth. Imagine if all of us were the ones with the money and the power, how beautiful and wonderful the world would be. I'm kind of on a mission to help make that happen. It's not really what drives me, but I think it's a really cool side effect of my work. Yeah, I know you're all with me. So let's do a drawing and find out why we're not more expressed already. So grab your paper and your colors and just get centered. Gosh, I can't believe it's already 1/2 past the hour. I wish I had more time with you guys. I wish we could do this all the time. Okay, so you got your colors, you got your paper, you're breathing. Now, what I want you to ask is in your head or out loud, higher self, what do I need to heal in order to be more expressed? And then draw, and then let me know when you're done in the comments. How's everybody doing? I don't want to rush you. Mine was really quick. Just let me know in the chat when you're done. All right. I love that. Ben, you wanted to get out of your head and now you say done, I think. I love it. Um, you know, one thing that I've really noticed about expression is it often requires us to be active in some way. Like for me to do the video and express myself, I had to set up my camera. I had to eventually have lights, like I have light right now. I had to, figure out what I was going to say, even if it was just bullet points in my head. I had to move my chair across my room, put on a clean shirt, make sure my hair was combed. Um, and that process of preparation often gets us out of our head. So if you could, I know, Ben, you're looking to be more creative. I know you're a very awesome artist. What can you do to set up the scene so that the preparation is what gets you out of your head? Like for me, when I'm painting, I put down a big tarp on my floor. I get my paints ready. I put them on my palette, which is a plate. I get my brushes out and line them up. That preparation really does, it's kind of the meditation before the channeling, right? Because when we're doing art, all we're doing is channeling. And it's kind of the transition period. I think that's why it's so hard for some people to write, myself included, because we're so used to going to our computer and doing a million different things. Well, how can you make it a ritual when you're wanting to write something a little bit longer than a tweet? Get your favorite cup of tea. Um, you could even put on a certain pair of socks, like whatever it is you choose, make the preparation, the meditation before the action. So maybe that'll help you. Yeah. Ben says, probably clean off my desk. Yeah, exactly. Make sure that your environment is supporting you in your expression. Okay, so what do I need to heal in order to be more expressed? Here's what I got. Pretty straightforward, huh? And of course, I had my eyes closed. This is my expression color. And this is a very grounded action color. And this is answering a question I've actually had in my head for quite a while. So I'll let you in on my little inner secret. I could literally express all the time. I could be writing blog posts and magazine articles and doing teleseminars and doing live streams like this and sewing a quilt and like nonstop. That I've lived my life like that at times, and it's really been the best time of my life. And I've been wondering, is that too much? I don't want to bombard people. I don't want to do too much. I was afraid I might dilute myself. But this has been like, hey girl, there's no such thing. This is a symbol of abundance. So be okay with the fact that there's abundant creativity within you. Be okay that you can express to infinity. Also know, this is also telling me that, the abundance that I'm seeking is within my expression. So it's kind of confirming what we've been talking about here today. Expression equals abundance. And how freaking cool is that? Because we're all really, really awesome here. And I would love to be surrounded by everything that you express. Oh my God. I mean, I can feel the energy of that right now. And it's like walking through a meadow of tall wildflowers where everything is beautiful. Everything is beautiful. That is what you all are. You are a meadow of wildflowers where everything is beautiful. And if you can let yourself be okay with that, that you're perfect right now, even your wounds, even your scars, that is an asset. It's going to help you magnetize people. It's going to help you be more authentic. It's going to help you come up with things to express, you know, embracing your past and just saying, all right, it is what it is. This is what I got. And moving forward with grace and expression and authenticity is all it takes. And hopefully your drawing is telling you how to exactly do that for you. Me, like Ben is saying, just get out of your head. You've got it. Let it go. Do it. And this red line, this grounded action is like, do it. Do the expression. Be infinitely expressed. So that's pretty awesome. If you have any comments about your own drawings, you can put them in the chat and I'll read them. Also, I just started a Facebook group for all of us to put our drawings out there because I know you can't put them in that little chat box. So if you just look underneath the video that you're watching, you can click on that link afterwards and ask to join the Facebook group. There's already a big crew in there posting drawings and talking, and I'd love to see your drawings, and we can all really help you decode as well. You know, and there's also some emotional issues here. There's a reason why you're not more expressed. And even if you have resonated with the fact that you might lose approval, that still doesn't solve the issue, right? So aside from just really listening to your drawing in healing that, you know, talk this out with people, talk it out in the group, do more drawings. If you don't know how to heal what is shown to you, say, hi yourself, how can I heal this? Now that I know what it is, how can I heal it? And it'll show you. You know, mine was like a 2-for-1. Mine is like, you know, how to heal it and what do I need to heal all in the same drawing. Yours might be like that too. But if you need help, just ask, because that's really why we're here. Okay, bye, Mary. And bye, Ben. I know you have to leave early too. Please join us next Tuesday when we talk about service, because Mary, that's really, you had mentioned doing non-income activities as part of your abundance, and that's what we're going to talk about next Tuesday. So, you know, later today and every Friday I go and I volunteer with homeless and abused children, and I do art with them. And part of the tenets of that organization of Free Arts of Arizona is that art heals. So just by doing your own art, just by expressing yourselves, you're healing. So do more art is the short answer also of how to heal why you're not more expressed. All right, so I'm just gonna take another sip of water and look at my notes. I just don't want to miss anything for you here. Another part of my abundance, glass bottled water. It's pretty important to know why you want more money, because if you don't, then it becomes so abstract. Like, yeah, I'd like more, but you don't really have a reason why. And we're not really the kind of group that's motivated simply by money. And so knowing why you want more money is really important. So I know I asked you earlier, but feel free to write a list for yourself, you know, and tally up what it would be each month in order to fulfill that. It's probably less than you think, and it makes it more tangible, you know. I'm going to talk about the Certified Intuitive Artist program just for a minute, because one of the things I've really realized is that part of my genius or part of my experience and expression is that I've figured out I really love this whole business and marketing thing. It's easy for me. A lot of the compliments I get is that I'm really great at marketing. And it's funny because all I'm really doing with marketing is expressing myself, right? I'm just making videos. I'm just meeting you here. But the way I talk about it, I guess the way it comes across is that, I'm really good at this whole business thing. And that's awesome because it's giving me abundance. And not every creative intuitive is going to love business, and I see so many people getting certifications that match their inner truth, like Reiki masters, massage therapists, energy workers, coaches, right? We get all these diplomas and we think that's going to give us the business that we need in order to create the abundance. So we can express and express and express. But if we don't have a channel really for that money to come back to us, we can be getting fulfilled in all the other areas except for money because we just don't have those systems set up. And I learned this just by doing the Soul-Centered Boot Camp last year with so many people who are creative and intuitive and certified in things, where they were kind of let down by the certifications that they were taking because it didn't prepare them for making money. And even people who spent tens of thousands on massage school, there was a class or two about marketing, but it didn't provide them with any channels of real money income creation. And one of the things that I wanted to be different in my certification is I wanted to give people channels that were already set up to allow them to take in money. So they didn't have to make their own website. They didn't have to set up autoresponders. They didn't have to have any of that stuff, but it was all really created for them. And so I did that. And I just wanted, I guess, higher self was telling me to tell y'all now. We're not going to really talk about the Certified Intuitive Artist program until next Friday when we talk about inspired action. But I just wanted to put that in here because we can express and express, but if we don't have a real channel for that money to come back in, then we can manifest all the other things, but the money part is often left out. I used to be tremendous at manifesting everything I wanted. Anything I wanted, I could have. It's still true. It's lists and lists and lists of things I have manifested. But for the longest time, I could not manifest money. And it kind of bothered me, even though I had a great life, even though I was taken care of, even though I had everything I wanted, I couldn't really draw money to me. It always came through other people. And then they would, give me the thing, or I'd find the thing, or I'd be invited on the vacation, whatever it was. And I think a lot of you may be in that same boat too. And that's where the business part really changed it for me. It allowed me to have that direct connection with money that really helped me grow and heal a lot of things and have more personal choice as well. So I think that's important to know. Like, expect more from your certifications, or figure out a way for you to create that channel through business that's easy and that works for you. All right, well, we're gonna cut this one a little bit short because this is a really emotional thing, and I think we should really continue this over time, over the weekend in the Facebook group. I want you to do another drawing about what your life would look like if you were really fully expressed. So your homework for today, besides healing yourself, start the healing process, but ask yourself, what would my life look like if I were fully expressed? And I want to see it. I want to see it in the Facebook group. And because you know why you should do this one? We often don't go there because our outer life right now is stable. Even if we don't like it, it's comfortable, it's there. When we start changing things, we start putting our inner truth on the outside through expression, things get a little wonky, right? They have to move, they have to rearrange. The new puzzle has to come in and be created. And that can be a scary process if you don't have support around you. So while you have support, do the drawing, see what your life would look like, and you're going to start to notice little things change just by you doing the drawing. There'll be little, and so while you have the support here, just do that drawing and let us know what comes up. And if you have any issues or anything or concerns or fears, put them in the Facebook group and we can talk about them together. So I love you guys. Let me know what you got out of today. Are you feeling more empowered about creating your own abundance through expression? Let me know. Because you have all that it takes to create expression or to create abundance through your expression, right? Last week you connected, or Monday you connect. See, my brain is going today. Tuesday, you connected to your inner truth. Today, you learned the importance of expressing that inner truth and how that can change your life and how that really connects your soul energy to the energy around you in the physical world, right? And how that creates magnetism so that you can get back what you give out. Yeah. Oh, Ben, good. It's simple. We just don't think about it often, right? You get what you give. We hear that all the time, but it's really about digging in and giving that, right? Giving all the bits of you, even the scars and the scary parts and the things that you don't maybe like about yourself and all the things you love about yourself, which is often harder than sharing the wounds. Yeah, good. All right. Well, I will see you on Facebook and I want to see those drawings. So lots of love. Yeah, Jess says, definitely feel more confident and more clear on what to do to express more. Awesome. Great, guys. Well, lots and lots of love. I'll see you next Tuesday for fulfillment and service, really where you get to feel so jazzed up about what you're doing because you know you're making a difference. We'll start with expression, obviously, today, and then we'll go into how does that expression really change the world. That is super, super exciting. And I know that is really the reason why a lot of you are doing what you do. You're in service-based industries because you really want to make a difference. You know you can make a difference. We're going to talk about that a lot more on Tuesday. Cool. All right, guys. See you on the Facebook. Bye for now.